In Ukraine, President Volodymyr Zelensky says several 100,000 people in and around Kyiv are without power today after another Russian missile strike. Parts of the capital have been without heating and electricity, in fact, for several days now, and in sub-zero temperatures. 4 people were reportedly killed overnight in Kharkiv, and a thermal power plant in Kyiv was also badly damaged. The Ukrainian military said almost 300 drones and 18 missiles targeted cities across the country. Let's go to Kyiv and speak to our correspondent, Wira Davis. At the Security Council last night, they were talking about a new pattern of these attacks, which are designed, they said, to coincide with the cold weather. Is that how you see it? Does it seem as if there has been an uptick in recent days?
Yeah, and that's certainly the accusation coming from the authorities here in Ukraine. Both the mayor of Kyiv, Vitaly Klitschko, and President Zelensky have accused Russia of deliberately targeting critical infrastructure and taking advantage, exploiting this very, very cold winter. Even by Ukrainian standards, this has been a cold winter. Temperatures this week, with wind chill taken into account, are reaching about minus 19 degrees centigrade, which is bitterly cold. As you can see, the weather is now closing in behind us again. And the net impact of that, when things like power stations, when electricity grids, when gas centres, not just in Kyiv but across city, when these get hit, it leads to blackouts and power cuts. So in southern cities like Dnipro, Zaporizhia, Kryvyi Rih, even over in Lviv in western Ukraine, but particularly here in the capital, we've seen these extensive power cuts, and that means people who live in high-rise buildings and they rely on electricity, they can't use the lifts, they have intermittent power, running water is a problem, and then because there's no running water pumping through the pipes can freeze and burst. So it's a problem which the Ukrainian government has directly accused Russia of exploiting.
Wira, in Kyiv, thank you very much for that. Well, an investigation by BBC I has tracked down a recruiter operating inside Russia to source foreign fighters for its war in Ukraine. Russia has brought in an estimated 20,000 foreigners to fight this war, including from the Middle East, Africa and across the global south. The recruiter, known as Polina, posts adverts on social media promising Russian citizenship and non-combat roles. But our correspondent Nawal Al-Maghafi has spoken to some of those recruits who say they were deceived and instead used as expendable troops on the front line.
These are the men fighting Russia's war against Ukraine.
India.
Every day, more are coming. But on this battlefield, it doesn't matter where you're from. Most are killed or captured. For those who survive, this is where they end up. We're in a prisoner of war facility in Lviv, western Ukraine. Nowhere is Russia's recruitment of foreign fighters more visible than here.
Where are you from? Sri Lanka. Is it okay if we film your table? No?
The BBC doesn't usually interview prisoners of war, but with their consent and without supervision, we've made an exception. This is Khalil. He's the family breadwinner. He was sent to the front line with 20 other Yemenis after just 10 days of military training. Most of them are now dead or here.
I mean, I never dreamt of having $2,400. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have signed. If I worked for 10 years, I wouldn't get the same amount as I got in Russia in 1 year.
I asked him about the innocent people he killed on the other side.
If I had known that, I wouldn't have joined this war.
But it's people like this who persuaded him. Polina Alexandrovna Azarnech. She's just one of a network of Russian recruiters enticing desperate young men to join Russia's ranks.
Guys, I'm grateful to you for signing the contract.
Her posts on social media promise Russian citizenship and $2,500 per month. Omar, whose name we've changed, is a construction worker from Syria. He signed up with Polina and has been sending us voice notes and videos from the Russian front line.
We were tricked. We can't understand anything they tell us. This woman is a con artist and a liar.
He tells us she also promised $5,000, and for a $3,000 cut, she would ensure he would only serve in non-combat roles. But that was a lie.
There was another mission to go to the front line. If I go in, I won't be able to come out alive. I refused. When I refused, they told me they would either kill me or put me in prison for 15 years.
And when Omar complained, this is what she did.
Паспорт узнаешь? Нет.
Do you recognize your passport? And now look what will happen to it. It's burning well, your Syrian passport.
Хочу сказать спасибо, во-первых.
To all the people who say that I'm throwing people to death, thank you for the advertising. You all understood well that you were going to war. So why are you complaining? You thought you could get a Russian passport and do nothing? And lie in a 5-star hotel? This does not happen, guys. Nothing happens for free.
We've spoken to 12 families whose sons were recruited by Polina. All are either dead or missing.
مرحبا كيف حالك؟
It's been nearly 6 months since we last visited the prison Khalil is being held in.
I did dream that I was being exchanged and that I'm going home to my mom. I am a man. I can be patient. I will get out. Today, tomorrow, in 2 years.
Thousands of captured soldiers have been exchanged between Russia and Ukraine. None of them were Russian foreign fighters, leaving men like Khalil trapped. Nawal al-Makhafi, BBC News.